Welcome to the KK Petty TV.
Make sure you guys subscribe to our channel.
We do doll videos, Roblox, baking, and vlogs.
We also do short films such as The Story of Crazy Face, and we also do Talking Hot Show.
A special thank you to Blue Blood Sports TV. Thank you so much for your support. We will continue to work hard and bring you more content. Bye!
Show support. Subscribe to KK Penson TV. If you got children, if you got nieces, if you got nephews, if you got little cousins, if you have friends that have kids, make sure they subscribe to KK Penson TV. Please do that. Show love and show support.
Hi, my name is Heather Vahid Hardy, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. This is Amanda, the Real Deal Serrano, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Hi, I'm Courtney.
And I'm Janita.
And you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, major platforms are excluding Tyson Fury and calling Tyson Fury and claiming Tyson Fury is innocent and cleared of any wrongdoing with the glove situation and any tampering situation without doing any research. They haven't done any research. They haven't investigated the glove situation. But they're coming out without an investigation and clearing Tyson Fury of any wrongdoing, of any tampering with the glove situation. Like I said, without any investigation. And they're doing so based off of the comments made by WBC sanctioned body president Mauricio Suleiman's comments when he claimed that he was in both locker rooms prior to both fights. He watched both men get their hands wrapped and gloved in both fights. And then you can see footage that he was indeed not in the locker room. And Deontay Wilder and his team come out and say that Mauricio Suleiman was not in his locker room and show footage and video footage that shows Mauricio Suleiman wasn't in the locker room when Wilder got his hands wrapped and gloved. And then BT Sports put out the video and they show Deontay Wilder's trainer witnessing Tyson Fury getting his hands wrapped for all of 1 second, Jay Diaz. And you don't see Mauricio Suleiman standing and witnessing Tyson Fury getting his hands wrapped and gloved. But yet, they're taking this opportunity to clear Tyson Fury of any tampering and wrongdoing as far as his gloves. Now, you can clearly see there's no padding in the glove, in the knuckle area of these gloves. They look very similar to the gloves that Marcos El Chino Maidana wore or tried to wear, attempted to wear in his first showdown with then undefeated 5-division world champion, legendary superstar, iconic boxer Floyd Money Mayweather. And Floyd Mayweather would not allow Marcos Maidana to wear these gloves, citing there's no padding in the knuckle area. This version of the gloves were MX Everlast gloves. Since then, Saul Canelo Alvarez wore those gloves against Amir Khan, and those gloves are now banned from any competition in Germany, in the UK, and in the United States. And so with that said, Mauricio Suleiman and WBC certified another company, Path Sport, to make their version of MX Everlast gloves with horsehair and no padding in the knuckle area. To get around the boxing commission and the rules that you can't use MX Everlast gloves. So they went around and created another brand, Path Sport, which is a German-based boxing glove creator. And now they created this brand of Everlast MX version, which you can clearly see there's no padding in the knuckle area. So essentially, these gloves should not have been authorized. They should not have been okayed, because this is just another version. If you ban Nike's brand and I go and come with Adidas brand, doesn't make it legal. It's the same thing. All I did was change the name on the brand of the glove. Point blank and period. Right? See, they have a rule in the NBA. You can't wear a certain headband that ties in the back. You have to have a headband that you just slide on. One size fits all headbands. Right? You can't use the one that tie in the back, the Nike headband that you tie in the back. So imagine you can't use the Nike headband that you tie in the back. They banned it from the NBA. So I go get Adidas headband that you tie in the back, and they okay it. Now, why would they okay it? It has nothing to do with the name on the brand. It's the product. So it has nothing to do with whether it's Everlast MX or Pathin MX version. The horsehair padded gloves are not legal. And so, yes, you could say Deontay Wilder and his team should be on the hook for not catching this and noticing this. Absolutely. But you also have to say that the boxing commission has to be on the hook for this. You also have to say that Mauricio Suleiman not doing his due diligence and coming out and defending Tyson Fury has to be on the hook, especially when he certifies these gloves. It's conflict of interest. And then you have to say that Tyson Fury knew that he was bending the rules by using these gloves, but he moved forward with it anyway, right? We saw the flappy left glove in the first fight. We saw the illegal tactics used in the fight. And listen, it's a fight. So the tactics within the fight is a different story. But the equipment you use as a tactic, that's a whole nother ballgame. And so how could you clear him of any wrongdoing in tampering with gloves when there hasn't been an investigation done? I mean, it's just simple mathematics. You have to do an investigation to be able to clear somebody and say that he's innocent. Mauricio Suleiman came out and he stated, so everything's going based off of Mauricio Suleiman stating that he approves of Tyson Fury's gloves and he saw no tampering, he saw no wrongdoing because he was in the locker room. Well, that in itself has to be dismissed because we see that Mauricio Suleiman indeed wasn't in the locker room. So he's not credible. He's not a credible source anymore because he blatantly stated that he was in the locker room for both guys. And you could see on footage that he was not indeed in the locker room for neither guy when they got their hands wrapped and gloved. So he's no longer credible in this entire situation. But we would like for him to come out and explain that. Why would he come out and state that? I mean, you could clearly see he wasn't there. And then Deontay Wilder states that even if he was in the locker room, he didn't touch, check, and inspect my wraps or my gloves. So how would he know what was going on with the gloves? So the bottom line here is Mauricio Suleiman doesn't want any unwanted attention drawn to this because this is his investment. This is his glove. He backs this glove. He certifies this glove. He co-signs this glove. So he don't want any light shed on it because then it's going to show, hey, listen, so you had the MX version of Everlast that we said of horsehair gloves that's not legal. So then you went around it and you created another version. You see how that looks? That don't look well for Mauricio Suleiman, the WBC sanctioned body, right? But indeed, because of people don't like Deontay Wilder, so then we get all of these mainstream so-called, quote-unquote, mainstream media platforms and articles being run. And they haven't done their homework and their due diligence, but yet they say that we are conspiracy theorists. Me shedding light on this situation as me being a conspiracy theorist. Nobody investigated to see if Jarrell Big Baby Miller, who's failed another PED test ahead of his July 9th return after failing multiple PED tests ahead of his June 1st showdown with Anthony Joshua. Nobody looks to see if there was something a mistake taking place. Everybody immediately said that Jarrell Big Baby Miller should be banned for life. But you have a guy in Alexander Povetkin who failed multiple tests on at least 3 different occasions, and he has a WBC eliminated position fight showdown with Dillian White. Fought Anthony Joshua for his title and fought Klitschko for his. We see Zab Judah suffer injuries that lingered on for a month without him knowing because they were internal, and it reared its ugly head. He fought June 7th of 2019 against Cletus Selden, and then July 8th is when ultimately it peaked and he nearly lost his life. And Cletus Selden, turns out, was cheating, and we don't even know how long he was cheating, using performance-enhancing drugs, but never got caught. We saw the situation with Alejandra Jimenez and Franchon Cruz de Zone. When she shed light on the situation, everybody acted like she was just being a sore loser. Even the WBC's president, Mauricio Suleiman, came out and defended her. Alejandra Jimenez, that is. Then when he was proven wrong, that she did indeed bend the rules and cheat, then he didn't come out to apologize to Franchon Cruz de Zone publicly. And then he just posts on his social media that, well, Franchon Cruz de Zone is now reinstated as the WBC super middleweight world champion. And that's it. But to defend Alejandra Jimenez, there was 4 paragraphs written and explaining how she's a model stand-up citizen and that it's irresponsible and downright lack of integrity that people are coming at her and saying that she's a cheat before they even did their investigation. They also want to do an investigation with Jarrell Big Baby Miller, the WBC that is, and he never even applied for their program. He never enrolled. He was never in the ranking system. They went as far as to say they offered him 3 applications to sign up to be in the WBC ranking system and sign up for their clean boxing program, and he never did it. But they said they would run an investigation because they thought that it was some foul play. Well, he's out of your jurisdiction because he never signed up to compete for your sanction body, for your belt, to represent your brand. But yet they were willing to run an investigation. But here we have this situation with the gloves, and immediately Mauricio Suleiman comes out once again and defends blindly a situation that he did no research and investigation about with the gloves. Why? Because he has vested interest with these gloves. He stands by these gloves, so he's not going to say that these gloves were faulty. Just like he said that Alejandra Jimenez would never bend the rules. She was a stand-up model citizen. He even put up a picture with her kissing the WBC title to defend her. But when he put up a picture of Franchon Cruz de Zone, he put up an old picture of her holding the belt on her shoulder and then just put a short 2-sentence title to say that WBC has reinstated Franchon Cruz de Zone as the super middleweight world champion. And this is the same company and brand that these platforms are running articles and saying that due to his statement, Tyson Fury has been cleared and proven innocent of any wrongdoing and tampering as far as his glove situation goes. This just goes to show you the respect they have for their past champions. And there's a clear-cut favoritism here. And they don't have these fighters' best interests at heart, and it's not safety first, point blank and period. It's utterly ridiculous that you could claim that Tyson Fury did nothing wrong, and you never even did an investigation. We have Zab Judah that nearly lost his life because Cletus Selden was cheating. We had Patrick Day lose his life in the ring, literally give his life. And yet, without doing your due diligence and doing your research and investigating, you're quick to jump in front of this and say he's innocent. One has to wonder why. And so for these platforms to come out and try to detract from what's taking place and call guys like myself conspiracy theorists within the sport of boxing, just let you know how deep this goes. But we're not going to give up. No, we're going to continue to shine light on the betterment and the safety of these boxers within the sport of boxing, no matter who it is. But that's all I got for y'all. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to New Media. Shouts out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Hey, this is Jasmine. Thank you for watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Hola, soy Jasmine. Gracias por ver Sangre Azul Deportes TV. Gracias.